Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from the upcoming Cedar Rapids Opera production of the opera Die Fledermaus. Welcome, Chad Sonka. Chad, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Emily Secor.
Yes, thanks.
And Keely Futterer. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Before we dive too much into the nuts and bolts of this opera, I know that you all are local voice educators and teachers as well as being performers. So tell me just a little bit about your background and where you are teaching currently. Chad, go ahead and
Sure.
start.
So I'm in my 9th year teaching at Iowa State University and have worked with Cedar Rapids Opera several times before. In fact, getting my professional start in their Young Artist program all the way back in 2011 with their production of Candide. So I think it's a really wonderful thing that Cedar Rapids Opera supports our local young artists at the university, as well as the wonderful faculty that have gone through these programs and now highlighting that vocal excellence that we have right here in the state.
Well, and I think that's only going to become more and more as time goes by because opera is expanding, has expanded, and is expanding its work with young artists. So I think that as time goes by, more and more people are going to say, well, I got my start in Cedar Rapids.
There it is.
Which
That's exactly right.
And we're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Emily, how about you?
I am from Wisconsin originally, but I am now living in Decorah, Iowa. I'm a Luther College alum as well as a University of Northern Iowa alum. And I'm teaching at Luther now. I just finished my first semester teaching private voice. I've taught private voice for a number of years, but this is my first year at Luther. Very, very happy to be in Cedar Rapids.
And those watching the video can see that Keely is carrying her University of Iowa faculty coffee mug. So that might give us a little bit of a hint as to where you are right now. But where did you come from?
Yes, so I'm a transplant. I'm originally from Arkansas, and then I did my master's and doctorate up in Rochester, New York at the Eastman School of Music. And lived in, Minneapolis for a couple years, Memphis, sort of all over the place. But this is my first semester at the University of Iowa. And my first production with Cedar Rapids, which I think it is yours too, right,
Mine
Emily?
too, yeah.
So, happy to be here and feel welcomed and feel part of the community.
Well, and as a recent transplant, are you pleased with the quality of production and talent that you've met when you came to Iowa?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, the talent's always amazing wherever you go. It's just the way we sort of train singers in this country. You have to work pretty hard to find bad singers. But no less my colleagues here and their generosity and kindness and humor. And yeah, they're just wonderful.
Well, as we said, the opera is Die Fledermaus. Who wants to give me the quick plot summary of the libretto?
Sure. Well, I think all three of us have something to add to that with our respective characters, but I'll get started as my character is Dr. Falke, and he's kind of the catalyst behind the motion of the story in this particular opera, in that his buddy, Gabriel von Eisenstein, played a trick on him last year that left him feeling quite embarrassed. So this year he is plotting a new, what he's calling play, to get back at his friend Eisenstein.
So it's a revenge story.
Yes,
but
very
not
playful.
but not the bloody kind.
Not the bloody kind. No. Think lavish, and it all takes place under the rather in the ballroom of Prince Orlovsky's in Vienna, around the end of the 1800s. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's really fun.
So set in that period, costuming and everything.
Absolutely.
But sung in English.
And
with a brand new libretto.
By our director, Dean Anthony.
Yeah, which we want to talk about. But let's kind of talk more about your characters before we get there. So, Emily?
I'm singing the role of Adele, and she is the chambermaid in the Eisenstein household. So I work for Gabriel and Rosalinda. Adele has a fun character arc through this show where she starts as a chambermaid and she's not super in love with her job. But Act 2 and Act 3, she gets to play this up-and-coming actress, just playing the role of someone with maybe a bit more status and fancy clothing. So she has just a blast throughout the rest of the show.
Keely?
Well, I'm shocked to hear that you don't appreciate being our maid. Wow.
So sorry.
We're like so nice. Anyways, I'm Rosalinda von Eisenstein, the wife of Gabriel. And I have been roped into this play by Falke to catch my husband out, basically. He's supposed to be in jail, but instead he's flirting with ballerinas. So,
That's right.
got to catch him.
As one does.
Yes. Mhm. We're all sort of woven into this revenge plot. But I also have gotten into a little bit of a pickle in that my Italian lover tenor has returned, Alfred, now that I'm a married woman, and he still wants to continue the liaison, and that's not going to work. So there's a bit of a mistaken identity, and I think we need like a murder plot was what it was mentioned when we were just chatting before. A murder board.
We need a murder board, to figure out all the
characters.
connections.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're gonna invest in red string, I think.
That's
Right.
exactly right.
Yes.
I think is what we need to figure out from here. So as we said, this is a brand new libretto by your director.
Yes.
Now that includes, now did he then, in addition to kind of scoping out the, making some changes plot-wise, this also entailed rewriting lyrics to the songs, yeah?
So we're using the libretto from the Schirmer.
Okay.
So it stays pretty true. And then he wrote a new dialogue book. So
Okay.
all of the dialogue that happens in between all the numbers, he wrote himself, Dean Anthony, our director,
Okay.
who is also playing Frosch,
Oh, okay.
which will be a lot of fun. And he said, what did he say? This is like his 43rd production of Fledermaus. Because I
Wow.
think he did a lot of Alfred's as well as directing and everything else. So very multi-talented man.
Oh, so he knows this piece
He has a deep
pretty
relationship with the
pretty
show.
Yes.
well. That has both got to be really cool, but also a little fearful. Working with somebody who knows this material backwards and forwards.
He has a very specific vision for it, and we're not complete with the staging aspect of the show quite yet, but I think we can all already see that this is going to be an absolutely splendid rendition of this story. He knows what he's doing. So yes, he has a lot of specificity, but
Yeah, and there is some level of fear, but that is also subsided with a certain level of trust. The reason why opera is so wonderful and works so well is when everybody comes together prepared with their component parts and has that trust in what we are all trying to build. It's actually very comforting when somebody has that level of intimacy with a story. Then you can say, all right, I trust your vision. Here's what I'm bringing to the table. Thank you for your vision. Now let's ride this together.
Yeah, you feel like you're in good hands.
Absolutely.
100%.
This is very definitely a comic opera, very funny, and in the process of rewriting the script, he's even though you're setting it in the period, which is like 18th century, right?
Yep.
But the jokes have been updated in some fashion. On the one hand, 18th century, but on the other hand, we're going to bring this forward to the 21st century. How's that working?
I think the themes of this show are pretty timeless. People playing roles that they aren't and tricking other people into thinking different things and revenge. And
Right.
It's just silly and fun.
Cheating husbands.
Exactly.
Sorry, just had to get that in there.
Existed forever. But the humor I think that our director is channeling is a lot of vaudeville and like slapstick humor. It's
Okay.
very quick and witty. So overall, it's still a very relatable show that I think could be performed at any time.
Yeah.
If anything, I think with the script, he's taken out the sort of era-specific jokes and made it into jokes that could happen in any time frame. And the Schirmer score, there are a couple little things in the libretto that are a little dated with certain adjustments we've made, but it's still pretty, you get what we're saying.
Yeah.
Since sung in English, still super titles, or how does that work?
Yes, there
Yeah.
will be super titles with the show.
Because that even when you're singing in my language, it kind of helps. For those of us who are perhaps run the closed captions on our TV shows all the time,
Yeah.
All the time.
Yep,
Yes.
same.
it's kind of the same thing. It sounds like a lot of this, we always, and even though we've got 25 years of Cedar Rapids Opera here in our community, and thousands and thousands of people who maybe thought, nah, it's not my thing, have then gone to it and loved it. We're still, it seems like, always working on demystifying this art form for people, and it sounds like this particular take on it is a prime example of that.
definitely.
Yeah, it's a wonderful first opera for somebody to come to and engage with the art form. This is technically what's called an operetta.
Right, because it has spoken words.
Not just the fact that it has spoken words, but it's the musical vernacular as well. So the tunes are very buoyant. You will leave this show whistling the tunes for sure. And it's lighthearted in its approach, in its auditory approach. So it's
Operetta was kind of the pop music of its time.
Sure. Yeah.
Precursor of musicals and all of that. So I think the idea that opera is somehow, it can be a little scary, but if you like a K-drama or you like a foreign film or all those things, like anything on Netflix, or half of us are watching English with the super titles at this point. Really, it's no different. It's just sort of a more in-your-face dramatic experience than watching something on the TV.
And since you're setting it in the period, I'll bet the costumes are fun.
They are.
They're beautiful. Lots of colors. Yes. And I think, too, something to mention as well is, like, in the same way that you can maybe relate to a TV show that's stunning, I don't know, like The Crown. I loved watching The Crown because you could see all of the set pieces, the music.
Right.
We have all of that incorporated in this operetta as well, where we have an orchestra. We have beautiful set pieces. We have beautiful costuming. So it's very delightful to your senses, to your eyes. There's so many things to pay attention to on stage that it is a really stunning first experience with opera or operetta.
Yeah, if you're just watching period stuff on Netflix, you are missing about 2/3 of the show.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you get to be immersed in Bridgerton. You don't just have to
Yeah.
watch it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, definitely.
Cedar Rapids Opera presents Die Fledermaus, and performances January 16th and 18th. Am I correct?
That's correct.
You can get tickets at cropera.org, or the Orchestra Iowa box office, I believe, is handling the ticketing for this. Well, it sounds like a blast. I know that this is generally regarded as one of the funniest operettas around.
Certainly. And this production will be absolutely no exception, coupled with some of the most incredible singing that you will hear in the region and even the country.
Great way to start off the new year with a lavish production of this from Cedar Rapids Opera. Well, thank you for joining us today, and looking forward to the show.
Thank you
Thanks
so much,
for
Dennis.
having us.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.